Welcome, everyone. Today we're diving deep into a world that is constantly in motion, a world of floating islands and untold danger. Let's get into it.
Okay, picture this. You're running. The forest is just a blur of snapping branches, and you can hear your own panicked breaths. There's something right behind you, and whatever you do, you don't dare look back. But it's not always about the monsters hiding in the dark. Sometimes, the danger is right out in the open, in the middle of a town square, something that looks friendly, maybe even smiles at you, right up until the moment it doesn't. This is a world where threats wear many, many faces.
So where exactly are we? Well, welcome to the land of Diagon. It's a place that's absolutely beautiful, but trust me, it's even more dangerous.
The whole world is built on this really breathtaking idea. We're talking about these massive islands just drifting through the clouds. And what's holding them up? These super powerful sky crystals. Now, this isn't just some cool background detail. No. These crystals are literally the lifeblood of this world, which, as you can probably guess, makes them a huge source of conflict.
And this place is just layered with history and power struggles. You've got the royal family way up at the top, sure, but every single island kind of does its own thing. They operate like these independent states, run by leaders called Dritons. And then, down at the local level, you've got the rangers. Think of them as a mix between a mayor and a sheriff, just trying to keep their town safe. So every move you make, every choice, it's all happening inside this complex web of who's in charge and who wants to be.
Okay, so that's the world we're in. Beautiful, deadly, and just simmering with conflict. But now let's get to the really important part, your role in all of this.
Yeah, before you even think about exploring or fighting a single monster, you've got to answer one big question. Because the hero you choose, it's not just about how you fight. It's about how you see this world and how you're going to solve its problems.
All right, first up, for all of you who believe the best solution is just to smash right through the problem, we have the Barbarian. This isn't about complex strategy, folks. This is about pure, raw power, overwhelming force. When you play a Barbarian, you're not just on the team, you are the battering ram.
And their moves really show off that high-risk, high-reward style. Brute Slam, perfect for closing the gap and just hitting hard. But then you've got Skullbreaker. And yeah, it's a massive attack, but it also hurts you. So you're constantly doing this math in your head. How much destruction can I cause versus how much can I survive? It makes you an absolute powerhouse, but you're probably going to need a clever teammate watching your back.
Okay, so if the Barbarian is a hammer, then the Wizard is, well, a scalpel, or maybe a bomb, depending on the situation. This class is all about control. You're hanging back, using powerful magic to literally reshape the battlefield and tilt the fight in your favor.
And you can really see the Wizard's two main jobs here. With a spell like Quake, you're not just hurting enemies, you're physically shoving them around the board. That can create openings for your friends or save an ally from getting swarmed. And then there's Embolden, which just makes your whole team stronger. You're a force multiplier. You're not just in the fight, you are controlling the flow of the fight.
And last but certainly not least, we have the Assassin. Now for this class, it's not about how hard you hit. Oh no, it's about when you hit and where you hit from. The Assassin is a master of speed, stealth, and picking that perfect moment to strike when an enemy is most vulnerable.
It's all about precision and positioning. Take Phantom Flash. It's the perfect hit and run. You zip in, strike, and you're gone before the enemy even knows what happened. And then there's Surprise Attack, which rewards you for being clever and picking the right target. You can take out a major threat before they even get a chance to move. It's like a deadly dance.
Okay, so you've picked your hero, you're ready to go. Now, how do you actually survive out there in Diagon? Let's get into the nitty-gritty of how you're going to explore and fight in this crazy, ever-changing world.
The whole game has a really simple rhythm. It breaks down into two parts. First, you've got the player phase. That's your time to shine. You and your teammates all take turns, spending action points to do your thing. Move, attack, explore, whatever. After you're all done, the enemy phase kicks in. And that's when the world strikes back.
And here's where that whole Shifting Isles name really makes sense. The world, it doesn't even exist until you discover it. I mean, you literally build the map as you go. What that means is that every single time you play, it's a totally unique journey.
The process itself is super simple, but it is packed with tension. Just imagine it. You're standing right at the edge of the known world. You reach over, draw a new hex tile from a pile, and you place it down. So what's it going to be? A quiet forest, a town with that blacksmith you desperately need, or an ambush? You just never know, and that is what makes it so exciting.
And this really shows you the core of the game. When it's your turn, you have so many options. You can fight, explore, craft, trade. You've got all these strategic choices. But the enemies? Their thinking is brutally simple. Find the closest person and attack them. You're the strategist playing chess. They're the relentless tide just crashing against you.
So you see, all these mechanics, the different heroes, the way you explore, the combat, they're not just a bunch of rules. They're tools. They're tools for telling a story. And in Shifting Isles, you're the one holding the pen. Every single time you play, it's structured like its own little story, with a beginning, a middle, and an end. It starts with the initiative. That's your first mission. But how you finish that first part actually changes what your main objective will be. And then at the very end, the resolution wraps it all up and shows you the consequences of everything you did.
And let me give you a great example of how deep these choices go. There's this one scenario called minor inconvenience. Your job is to check out some mines. Okay, simple enough, right? Wrong. If you're super quick and only check 2 mines, one of your allies gets hypnotized and attacks you. But if you take a bit longer and check 3, you accidentally wake up these ancient tree monsters. And if you explore all 4, you end up corrupting a harmless creature. So the same starting point can lead to 3 wildly different endings. Your choices really matter.
What's really cool is that the game also adapts to how much time you have. Want to play just for one night? Adventure mode is perfect for that. It's a self-contained story. Feel like building something long-term? Campaign mode is an ongoing survival run where you keep all your gear and experience. Or if you want a grand, epic tale, story mode links a bunch of scenarios together into a huge narrative with a final boss.
And in those longer modes like campaign and story, it's all about growth. You're not just trying to survive from one session to the next. You're actually evolving. You'll earn XP to level up your hero's stats, you'll build out a camp with your friends, maybe out a forge, and you'll craft way better gear for the tougher challenges that are definitely coming. Your character sheet really becomes a record of your entire adventure.
And that really brings us full circle, back to the main idea. Every single tile you place down, every battle you win or lose, every objective you chase, it's all shaping a story that is uniquely yours. This isn't just a game you play, it's a story you build, one choice at a time. So the only question left is, in a world that shifts with every single choice you make, what story will you tell?